Summer is rapidly approaching, so today I thought I'd show you how to make a mayo-free tuna salad. I personally love mayo, but I know it can be a bit polarizing, so this is a really great option that you can put together in minutes. Let's get started. I'm going to start by slicing half a red onion. So I'm doing it from root to stem. After trimming the ends, I'm going to peel it and then thinly slice it lengthwise. You know, I don't like a big chunk of red onion, but you can do what you want, as always. And add the onion to a big bowl. Next, going to peel a garlic clove and grate it. Mine is really big, so if you like less garlic, use just one clove. Then you can start grating it. So you can see the garlic collecting on the back like this, and you can just use your finger to scrape it down. If you don't have a microplane, that's totally fine. You can just mince the garlic. It'll still be delicious. And use your knife to just add it to the bowl. Next up, I'm going to add the zest of 1 lemon straight into the bowl. And again, use your finger. Moving on to the celery. I have celery with a bunch of leaves on it, which I always think just adds like really great flavor. So take the leaves off the celery stalks, and then you're just gonna roughly chop them. And then thinly slice the celery stalks. If you don't have celery, or if you don't like celery, leave it out. I think it adds great flavor and a great crunch. I'm going to chop the parsley. Trim the stems off. Sometimes I like them, but in this case, I'm just gonna use the leaves. And roughly chop. While we're here, I'm just gonna have the lemon. Okay, perfect. We're gonna kind of marinate the red onions, so add a few glugs of olive oil. This is my favorite olive oil. Shout out to Brightland. And then I'm gonna add a good pinch of salt, maybe like a teaspoon, and make sure it goes all over the red onions. This is gonna help take away some of the sharpness from the red onions and also kind of like marinate them, soften them. And then add a few grounds of pepper. Now I'm gonna take the lemon that we had earlier and just add the juice right over the onions. Really soften those onions again and make sure you use both halves. We'll give it a good stir, making sure that the onions are fully coated in the olive oil and lemon juice. And while we let that sit, I'm just gonna drain and rinse the white beans and tuna. The reason that you wanna drain and rinse the beans is because they're sitting in this kind of like starchy water, and this just helps remove it. I'm using cannellini beans, but you could use any type of white bean you have on hand. And give them a good rinse. Basically until all those bubbles go away. I like to get tuna packed in olive oil just because I think the flavor is better, but you can use whatever you have on hand. And at this point, you can just add the white beans straight to the bowl. And add the tuna and just kind of flake it apart. So once the tuna's in, I'm gonna add the parsley, celery, and celery leaves. And just add it all in. And finally, can stir it all up. It's like packed with flavor. This is so good. It's so different from a classic like mayo tuna. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. And as always, follow me on Instagram.